Hey guys, welcome back to Cooking with Prokan. I'm Chef Justin Daniel C, and today we're going to be cooking both with the Argentinian fire grill as well as the Prokan Kano Oven. We have today the most exciting steak that you can really get for the summer. It's a tomahawk steak. It's huge, it's exotic, it's very exciting. We're also going to be grilling some broccolini. We're going to glaze some tomatoes, some local tomatoes from our farmers, and we're going to make a cauliflower gratin in the Prokan Kano Oven. And so we have some really nice local tomatoes from Vicky's Veggies, a local farmer. We're going to just cut these in half. Super simple. And these are nice and ripe and perfect for the summer. Now we're just going to line these up in this cast iron that we're going to save for later. When the steak's about halfway done, we're going to throw these on the grill. And they're just going to get glazed with a bit of butter and Worcestershire. So we're just going to put a lump of butter in the middle, and that's going to melt down. Some nice Worcestershire. And this is going to get sticky and caramelized when the sugars start cooking. And then just some smoked Maldon salt as well. Super simple. It's going to be super tasty. And we'll set this guy aside, and we're going to get the broccolini ready. And we'll put these over here, and then we'll get the grill seasoned up. All right, so we have our beautiful tomahawk steak. It is massive. It's going to take some time to cook. We're going to go nice and slow and low on the fire and get some nice char and bring it down with the up and down on the grill. So for seasoning, we're just going to go pretty simple. It's just some steak spice, a lot of garlic, paprika, some cumin, salt and pepper, but any kind of steak spice that you like, whether it's like a Montreal steak spice or a coffee rub, any of that will work. And you just use whatever you like. You can even go simple, just go salt and pepper and garlic, but you definitely want to season this well. It is a very thick cut of meat, so it's gonna take a lot more seasoning than you think to get that seasoning to go all the way through the meat. So super simple, just like that. We're gonna set this guy on the grill. We're gonna move our coals and we'll get those set up nice and hot underneath. And we're gonna get this guy going. Once this is slowly cooking, we're gonna get going on the cauliflower gratin. All right, here we are at the grill. We got some nice coals already started. I started this about an hour and a half ago. You wanna make sure you start lots in advance to get your coal going. Some nice local firewood, a mix of oak, maple, and cherry. So as you can see, there's a lot of nice coal on the bottom. We're just gonna move it over and create our bed. Once we get that over in the middle, we can start cooking our meat. And we'll let our meat go slowly as we get our cauliflower ready. In our other videos, we have a detailed video of how this whole operation works and how to get your coals. So make sure you guys check out that video to see how we got this going. All right, so we got a nice bed. The fire stones are nice and hot. All right, our steak's nice and seasoned, ready to go on. We got the nice coals set up. We're gonna get this right on the grill. We're gonna leave it at this height so that we got some nice time to work on the cauliflower. We don't want it to go too fast. It is a quite thick piece of meat. If you go too low at the beginning, you're gonna get a overcooked exterior and not nicely cooked all the way through. We're gonna go for a medium rare, but of course you guys can cook this steak to however you guys like. All right, we got our steak grilling. It's smelling amazing. We have our cauliflower just lightly steamed. So it's about 60% cooked. We're gonna dump it in our bowl. And then all you really need is a cast iron or like a casserole dish like this one. It's gonna go in the Prokan Kano Oven. So we have our cauliflower in here. We're gonna add our bechamel, which is just like almost like a cheese sauce without the cheese, but we are gonna be adding cheese. So bechamel is the base of a sauce. It's milk and flour and butter. And we'll make sure to keep that recipe on the screen for you guys. Bit of smoked salt. Some black pepper. We're gonna put some shredded cheese and a little bit of bacon. Give this a really good mix. This is very similar to like a scallop potato, but with cauliflower. Add a little bit more bechamel. And a little more cheese. Once this is nicely mixed, we can get this in the cast iron Today we're going to be using a casserole dish because we have the cast iron for the tomatoes, but you can use kind of anything that is oven safe to bake this. We'll go ahead and get this guy in here. Get this guy squished down so that's nice and even. We have some breadcrumbs here, just toasted panko with some herbs, butter, some seasonings. We're just gonna top it off for a little crunchy topping. All right, so one of the things to remember about this kind of cooking is you have to constantly move it, bring it up, bring it down, flip it around. So you're really managing the meat on the fire. So we're gonna go ahead and flip our steak. It's looking amazing. At this time, we're gonna also get our cast iron of tomatoes on, unless that's gonna start glazing on the side. We can always pull the tomatoes off, it's a little too early, but it's nice to get it going at the same time as the beef. So we'll let this guy go for a couple more minutes, 5, maybe 10 minutes, and we'll check on it again. All right, we're at the Prokan Kano Oven. I'm gonna get this guy in there. We have the oven preset well in advance, about an hour in advance. You wanna make sure always you're cooking with preheating it well in advance. So it's at 350 right now. We let it crank up a little bit. We're gonna turn it down to 350 and we're gonna let it cook for about 15 minutes. Make sure to check out our other videos. We've also cooked some flatbreads and some naans in this, and we hope to cook some brownies and bread in the future. So with this piece of meat this big, it's really important to keep moving it, rotating it, getting all the edges. So like little fat cap here, we're gonna make sure that this is getting seared off and rendering. But it's just important to keep moving it because you wanna get a nice even cook throughout that steak. So let it do its thing. The coals are nice and hot. You got more coals working. The tomatoes are starting to glaze and bubble, and I can smell the cauliflower already. So we're almost there, and we're gonna have a really epic meal to show you guys soon. All right, the steak is ready to come off. It's perfectly cooked. It smells amazing. As always, with any cut of meat, but especially a meat of this size, you really have to let the meat rest. What that does is let the juices stop flowing so hot and so fast. Because if you do not do that and you cut into it, it's gonna let the juices come out and you're gonna lose all that great juiciness in the meat. So something this size, at least 15-20 minutes to let it rest. You can tint it with tin foil if you want, but we're just gonna let it rest on a resting rack. At the same time, we're gonna get the broccolini on the grill, because that's not gonna take much time. And this is gonna char some broccolini to go with our steak. Once it's ready, the tomatoes are good to go. We'll just pull them off to the side to let them keep warm. This is gonna take a couple minutes. By the time this is done resting, we'll be ready to start plating up. Our meat is well rested. We can take our broccolini off. It's been about 10 minutes. We're gonna also take our cast iron off with the tomatoes, and let's get it plated up. All right, we're all done the cooking. We've done everything on this table on the Argentinian grill over some live fire. Everything's gonna taste really nice and smoky, really beautifully charred. So we have our beautiful, beautiful tomahawk. This guy is huge. You can easily feed a family with this. We've got some nice glazed local tomatoes, some broccolini. We're ready to carve. We've rested it nice in 15 minutes, so it's lots of time for the juices to stop. And we're just gonna cut this guy off of the bone. And you always wanna keep that bone for honestly dramatic effect, and somebody in the family will always wanna kind of gnaw on it and eat it. Just gonna put that aside on the plate for now. So for the tomahawk, I always kind of cut this little side off first. Put that aside. And I just have this paper towel here for the kind of just to dab the meat before we plate so it doesn't make a mess. So we can go ahead and start cutting this. You always cut against the grain. So if the grains are going this way, you want to cut the short way. So I can see the grains here. I'm going to go ahead and start slicing. All right, that's amazing. We're just gonna take this little bit off. Get this guy over here. Just a quick little dab and onto our plate. Just gonna fan him out. We can cut our other piece as well. This is going to be the kind of the fattier part of the meat, so you want to kind of separate them so you can kind of mix and match as you are grabbing your beef. It's nice and warm still. People sometimes are afraid of the resting of it cooling down the meat. The meat itself has so much residual heat inside, it's not going to cool down. It's going to really give you a much better end result. Otherwise, it's going to get a dry piece of meat. So our beautiful broccolini, just going to put it on the side here. And then on the side here, we have a bit of shallot marmalade. I'll make sure to leave the recipe on the screen. And we're going to grab our beautiful tomatoes. And this really is one of those summer treats. It's a special occasion. It's a huge piece of meat and it's really fun to cook. All we do to finish is a bit of Maldon salt over the beef. We'll get this out of the way and we'll grab our cauliflower. All right, we have our beautiful cauliflower gratin. We're just gonna finish it with some green onions. It's gonna add some nice kind of freshness to it, as well as some onion flavor. It's hot and cheesy. And then this butter here, we're just gonna grab a spoon. And this is just some herb butter for some local ramps. We're gonna put this on the beef and that's gonna kind of melt over the beef. And there you have it. We have our cauliflower gratin. We have our beautiful tomahawk, some grilled broccolini, glazed tomatoes, and some shallot marmalade. All right, that's it for today. We're excited to dig into this. Let us know what you guys want to see next and make sure to check out the YouTube channel and our Instagram. You guys can get your own Prokan Outdoor Kitchen on our website. You'll see the link below. And make sure you leave a comment to see what you guys want to see us cook next. Until next time, we'll see you soon.